Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Wednesday. All right, guys. Well, we're back to talk about Lala Kent, who is opening up more after this Randall scandal came out on Hulu. There's a lot. She's saying a lot. She's talking about when she was suspecting the money issue. She's saying it was torture. She said she was prime prey. I mean, there's a lot to discuss here. So before we get into all of it, you guys know how this works. Oh, by the way, on Up and Adam Channel 2 tonight, Vanderpump Rules After Party. It is the reunion, part one. Don't forget that. But smash the like button, show some love, and let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys. So, like I was saying, Lala Kent, of course, she's going to speak out about a lot of this. Right now, she is fighting for custody of her daughter with over probably $500,000 invested into this. And there's a whole documentary going on into Randall with over 30 people who are like, hey, let me give you some more information. So, yeah, if there's all of these things that are coming out about her daughter's father, I'm sure she's going to try to do her best to protect her daughter, right? I mean, it makes sense. But hold on. This is what's being said. Think it a reality blurb. So, as Randall continues to be accused of abusive behavior toward women and a mistreatment of staff, which he denies, both in a Los Angeles Times investigation and a recently released Hulu documentary, The Randall Scandal, Lala is admitting that she feels free. I think what makes me the happiest is that I finally recognize myself again. For a really long time, I lived in this fog of how did I turn into someone who I don't know? What happened to the girl who comes from Utah? I feel free. If I were listening to this story, I wouldn't believe it. I get it. I know the optics. I know how the outside world looks at me. But according to Lala, who once described herself as a Michael Vick fighting dog and bragged about Randall giving her a Range Rover after they banged on the first night, which Randall claimed he said that for shock value. Um, she understands why Ariana Madix has gotten more sympathy amid her own cheating scandal. She said, my heart breaks for Ariana, and I love everyone that, rallied around her. But then I think about people that were saying they hope that I donate some of my Send It to Daryl merch money to her legal fees. What? Now, Lala did split from Randall in October of 2021 amid claims of infidelity, but she had already gotten a bad rap as a mistress due to the fact that Randall was married to actress Amber Childers at the time that their romance began. Now, looking back at the start of their relationship, Lala acknowledged that she was impressed by Randall's resume. Obviously, I would tell myself, run away. She said of what she'd do differently if she could go back at the time. I wish that I could go back and protect that version of myself. I was prime prey for Randall Emmett, which is interesting that she's saying this because I think, and I don't want to put words in her mouth, but I believe she probably thinks that she was prime prey because she was young, she was influential, she was trying to make her way into Hollywood. I think there was an interview at one time that she spoke about how had something not happened with Vanderpump Rules, like had it have been another few years, she was seriously contemplating moving back to Utah and starting a different life. So that didn't happen. Vanderpump Rules did happen. She ended up getting famous. But while she was coming up, here comes this guy in Hollywood who seemingly has a lot of power. He has a lot of money. Hey, the next day, do you want a Range Rover? No, my gosh, I'm not married. Well, maybe I am married, but we're going through it. We've been split for a long time now. She's trying to fight me over the kids. I'm trying to divorce her. I'm going to put you in all of the movies. Like, can you imagine how this conversation probably went? And I understand that so many people too want to immediately go in on Lala because of how the relationship started. However, I personally feel like we're so past that at this point. And if she's able to be friends with Amber Childers and they're able to get the girls together, then obviously she's moved past that. So they've had conversations since then. They learned things that they were both being told by Randall, allegedly. And now we're in this different situation. We're in a situation where so many different people, including his assistants, people he worked with, people who were in his life, people who are no longer in his life, obviously, if they're speaking on this documentary, are now coming out talking about how not great of a person this man actually is. So now I think it's important for people to focus on that aspect of it and let her tell her story. It keeps going. I mean, it always keeps going. But After Randall put Lala in several of her films and sent her numerous gifts, including Christian Louboutin shoes and a Chanel purse and a bottle of Tito's vodka, the two of them traveled to New York City where the sexual relationship began. He said, "Wow, you're really the most beautiful person I've ever seen." And this is what she said, noting that she had felt comfortable enough to remove her makeup. "I felt like he was seeing me, not the person on TV, and I was like, wow, we're soulmates. I'm going to be with someone who has their own thing going on. I'm on a TV show. We could potentially become like a power couple." But after Randall paid for her to live in a $2,400 a month apartment where the cast of The Hills previously lived, mind you, the two of them moved into his Holmby Hills Estate home, which is currently for sale for $4.75 million. And while there, Lala began wondering if Randall was as wealthy as he led. As she alleged, Randall asked her to pay for a $18,000 sewer bill, but Randall said it was $5,800 and that she paid as a surprise thank you for all that he'd done for her financially. Um, if you're rolling around in Rolls Royces and you are gambling and doing these poker runs and producing all these films with Bruce Willis and I think it was Sylvester Stallone, maybe, I'm not sure, but Robert De Niro, what? Why are you asking her to pay the sewer bill? But this goes back to the same story of when him and Jax came into TomTom, like I told you guys, and everybody was like, Randall, oh my God, I love you. I love Lala. I love you on the show. I'm so happy for you guys. It was like this whole cycle of like, I love you. I love you. I love you. And he's like, oh my God, what are you guys having? What are we celebrating tonight? It was a bachelorette, I think. But let Adam, what's it, Adam, right? Adam? Yeah, I'm Adam. Hi. Get them a round of shots on me. What are you guys eating? Appetizers? The crispy tuna is so good. Get them some of those on me. Oh, hey, ladies over there, get them some shots on me too. The bill came out and it was like $3, $4, $5,000, something like that. And then I brought it to him. Of course, it had gratuity on it. It was like it was like the dining room on that side in my section of women who were celebrating, and he was getting everything for them. Then when I went to hand him the bill, he's like, "Oh man, I don't have my wallet. Jax, can you pay this?" And Jax flipped his shit. He was like, "Man, you can't keep asking me to do this and then paying for everybody. Like, I came out tonight for a drink, not for a $5,000 bill." And I was like, good with your money, Jax. We like that. So, while Lala starred in a number of films that Randall worked in, she now finds herself doubting her talent. In fact, she no longer auditions for roles. It's like they were right. I was just sleeping with the right dude. It's going to take me a minute to go back and say, was I talented? In the moment working with those legends, it was incredible, but now it just feels dirty. As Vanderpump Rules fans well know, Lala and Randall welcomed their daughter, Ocean Kent Emmett, in March of 2021. However, it wasn't the joyful experience many believed it would be. Instead, after being induced and given an IV, Lala woke up to Randall telling her she looked like part of an exorcism. Because Randall was supposedly so uncomfortable at the hospital, he had her mom, Lisa Birmingham, fly in from Utah, and he rented a hospital suite and enlisted his assistant to get him Fireball and NyQuil. Then, less than 2 hours after Lala gave birth, Randall reportedly left and didn't return until the next day when she was released. However, according to Randall, Ocean's birth was one of the most wonderful moments in his life, and he said, I was actually present for every second of it. Uh, Two different stories here, but fear not, it keeps going. Once the then couple returned home, Lala said Randall began making breastfeeding jokes and watch your fucking mouth. I'm still the same bitch you met when I was 25, is what she told him at the time. Wow. This is what she's saying he said. That was so hot. But as Randall stated, he would never find abusive language like that hot. These are such different renditions. Lala and Randall ultimately parted ways after he was caught with two other women in Nashville, and we know that. And she said that I'm shy of $1 million into a custody battle. To this day, I look at myself and I say, how the did you stay? I want to kind of shake myself. But Lala wasn't the only one fooled by Randall. Lisa Vanderpump said that she was also charmed and even welcomed him into her home after their breakup. I've had him sitting in my house crying in my living room telling me how much he loved Lala. I think Lala idolized the relationship with Randall, and he obviously led her down the garden path. I sat there and bought it, and I'm pretty savvy. Okay. Well, Randall's also accusing Lala of taking this disparaging path by doing all of these interviews and doing the documentary as a way to paint him out as a bad father. but we're going to see how this plays out. I mean, it's all going to make it to TV somehow. So, guys, I want to hear what your thoughts are. Go ahead and comment below. Let us know what you think. And don't forget to join us for the Vanderpump Rules after party tonight. I will pin that link in the comment section. Love you guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye.